When I arrived in Canada, filled out my immigration form, I wrote down my profession as an adventurer. Adventure is not only just a way of life, but it is my full-time professional career these days. Now, if we don't actually witness adventure, does it have any value? Well, adventure done for the sake of itself really is the purest form of all. But as soon as we wave a camera at adventure, then we can capture that experience forever and share it with the world. A world hungry for action. Ever since being involved in action sports, I've realised there is an audience out there that loves seeing pictures like this. Now, my profession has become possible through three basic elements. Firstly, social networking. Second, online video web hosting like YouTube. And thirdly, wearable cameras. Sports cameras are the most invaluable utility available for the modern day adventurer. The possibilities are endless. And today I want to tell you how. Now, when I captured this photograph of the woman standing on the back of the wingsuiter, I knew I had a window of less than half a second to achieve this shot. Now, while skydiving, I'm up there in 200 kilometres an hour of wind, so to operate a camera, I'm using a switch in my mouth operated by my tongue because I need my hands free for flying. So as she stood up on the back of the wingsuiter, got the shot. 1 instant later, she was blown off in that 200 kilometre an hour wind. Now, I want to show you some video of a base jump from a few different angles. In the old days before these small cameras, to capture 3 different angles on a jump, I would need to jump 3 times. Now, with these small cameras, I can actually do 1 jump and get all the angles that I need to tell a video story, perhaps making my job a wee bit safer. So you've got your hand cam shot. This is the head cam. In this instance, I can see where I've been. And the foot cam, just for a little bit of flavour. Yeah, I know, it's pretty silly. We now no longer need a production team to come along and capture our videos for us because we can actually do it ourselves. Woohoo! Now, traditionally, action sports are awfully hard to capture with the larger cameras because they happen thousands of feet up there. Sports cameras are a game changer. We can now mount them in the kinds of places that a large camera just won't go. We can put them on skis, mount them on a kayak. We can use them in the air and in the water. The technology has changed in 2 major ways. Firstly, the cameras are so small they can be worn. And secondly, consumers can now own a high-quality video camera capable of shooting in 4K resolution, the current industry standard, all for the modest price of $600. But there is more to it than just the size and the cost of these cameras. Because in the past, the networks held a monopoly on broadcast video. They would shoot the action with their expensive broadcast cameras, own the video, and make the money, while the person out the front doing the dangerous stuff normally didn't get paid. But you got your face on telly. Now through wearable cameras, we can shoot our own high-quality footage, edit it on a home computer, upload it to YouTube, and then share our creations to an ever-increasing international audience hungry for action. Now, action video really is as much about what the audience wants to see as it is about the adventurer themselves, because it's the audience that is the market. Production power is now in the hands of the people. And there's more to it than just entertainment. Sports cameras are an invaluable learning tool. As part of the New Zealand parachute team, we used aerial video to analyse our training jumps, greatly accelerating our learning process through being able to review our jumps over and over again, because the eye in the sky never lies. I learned how to do a base jumping backflip, a gainer, just by watching videos. Also did some acrobatic training, but achieved this without a real tutor ever being present. Competitive skydiving has changed. In the past, judging used to be done from the ground through huge binoculars in real time, but now one member of the parachute team is the camera flyer, and it's their job to follow the action, capture the video, so the judges can score it. Traditionally, the fringe sports didn't get much coverage on the major TV networks, and they have been big winners through the use of sports cameras. We can now see what it's like to surf inside a barrel, kayak down a waterfall, jump a motocross bike, or ski a gnarly line. And because the video that these cameras can capture has changed, it has also changed the experience for you, the viewers. Let's have a look at my first jump off a brand new cliff without the use of sports cameras. Terra Peak is the real name for this place too. Yippee! Oh, gee whiz. Here comes the ground. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, crikey. Oh, whew. Yeah, ha ha, you should see it from my direction. This shot was done with your classic external third-person view. So the view we get is from the outside looking in, as if we are spectators. In contrast to this, wearable cameras can now give us an onboard view, or the POV shot, the point of view shot. What this does is it brings you into the action as if you're actually there with us. Notice the different perspective in this video. This was shot at home in New Zealand 2 weeks ago. You see a whole new perspective. What these cameras do is they show you what we see. You have been brought into the action as if you are actually there, as if you are a participant. But the POV shot only shows a part of the action. Only so much is seen. There is no real context with the outside world. And this photograph shows how that style of jump was actually done and how it looks from the outside. Now, some may say there is a dangerous provocation with this kind of video, pushing people, participants and viewers into dangerous areas and doing dangerous stuff. Well, I believe Helen Keller's beautiful quote that life is a daring adventure or nothing at all sums it up for me. Without accepting some measure of risk in our lives, we'll never ever be able to progress in the world and reach new horizons. Now, to come clean, this is an x-ray of my neck after I broke it in a motorbike accident in 1997. I was into adventure before this, but after my accident, I decided to become a full-time adventurer because life is short. It is. I look up to my adventurous heroes, the likes of Sir Edmund Hillary in Tenzing, conquering Everest, and Chris Hadfield, walking in space. I take huge inspiration from their acts and deeds. And those two things, summiting Everest and space travel, at one time were both known to be impossible things. And I too love doing impossible things. Every time I talk to people about doing a parachute jump with a tent, just like this one, yes, a tent, all I got was the 1,000-yard stare and comments like, "Oh, dude, you really scare us some days." So naturally, we videoed this attempt and used 5 cameras to do it. One on my foot, one on the helmet, one on the helicopter, a gyro-stabilised camera in a second helicopter, and one on the ground. I wonder if it will work. Oh, look at that. Who would have thought it was possible to jump a tent? The trick is making something look dangerous and actually be reasonably safe. Reasonably. Yeah, reasonably safe. I'm still in one piece, though there is proof of that. Sports cameras give us the unusual angles that we just can't get any other way. Whether they're mounted on body parts or on sports equipment, the possibilities are endless due to their tiny size. Production power is now in the hands of all adventurers, no matter who you are, young or old. We can more easily than ever transmit the spirit of adventure to the world through video. We can learn from the shared experiences of others and feed off the inspiration they provide and take the world in a whole new direction. Now, I believe these cameras are so successful because our audience loves to see real people doing real adventure in the real world. No scripts, no actors. This is the purest form of adventure you will ever see because it is real. So, truth and dare. I dare you all to dream big, be inspired, and discover a new truth for yourselves. Thank you.